You know what I find is so bullshit is whenever you're on Wi-Fi or on mobile data, it just doesn't seem to handle even even if it's supposed to handle like 740p. Like half the damn time, no matter how good your internet is, whatever it is, it says no, you can't have this. And a lot of times it likes to boot you off, even if you are close to the router itself. Which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen when it comes to internet, if I can speak. But yeah, pretty much, you know. And I mean, literally, you think that, oh my god, I've got the most perfect, most ingenious design of internet, right? Whether it's mobile or it's Wi-Fi. And the thing of it is that you're always fighting for apps too. Most ridiculous thing ever as well, I've noticed, for high dive and fun animation. Whether you're on Wi-Fi or you're on mobile, the most bullshit thing is, as well, is like you're just trying to watch it and it buffers. The most, as if the asininest thing that you could ever fucking do is to fucking watch it instead of just, I mean, like a lot of times, which is fine, it'll let you go and watch it, and then sometimes it'll wait until at certain points to stop you. Like some jackass up there who's running the satellites to get, yeah, because that's where it comes from, the signal for this. Whether it's Wi-Fi or it's mobile, it's the same fucking thing. It's like, okay, you got this whole freaking ingenious, which by the way, I actually found out my little kitty cat's tickly spot. Yeah, but anyway. So, moving on. I thought I mentioned that before I forgot. But yeah, I mean, literally, you're fighting just to have that. The only best connection I've ever seen in my entire life, more than this phone, is a damn, believe it or not, a laptop, desktop, or a stinking smart TV. And this is coming from a guy who didn't even have smart TVs from way back in the day. Serious, I didn't grow up with smart TVs. We had them big tube TVs, and we had like, I mean, you talking about tube, not just. We even had those dial tube tables. I mean, my God, man. And yeah, we had remotes. Some of them come with it, but I mean, let me tell you, I mean, you talking about internet nowadays, which is shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of things have improved. Hell yeah. I mean, there's no denying that. But with that, as we move along, we're still gonna have problems, no matter how far we go. That's another thing that you don't realize. Even if we could improve one thing, or as much as we can, there's always gonna be something that's gonna come wrong. It's gonna creep up on us, and it's crazy. But there's nothing we can do. That's because it's a flaw, you know. But why complain about it? Well, what else can you do about it? I mean, you can't just like, even if it doesn't fix the freaking problem, it's like, okay, as if to some jackass says, because they're jealous or something that's going on up there. No matter whether you're Wi-Fi or mobile, and you're trying to watch something. Oh, by the way, I gotta pause you. See, it's like basically having limited data, even on Wi-Fi. It's the most redundant thing I've ever seen. It's like, even when you have, how many more times can I say like? Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that even if you have mobile data for unlimited, you still get cut back. I mean, did somebody drop the ball? Was somebody taking drugs? Was smoking weed? What? We don't know. All we know is, bam! Some idiot thought it was possible to pause someone's internet or slow it down to the point that either it's not going to handle 240p, even though it will if you hit it, but you have to backtrack out of it, and sometimes you have to completely close the video, then do it again if it doesn't do it right away. Right where you have it selected for 240p, because that's about the best you're going to get. Seriously. I mean, if you want any more than that, even with Wi-Fi, it's a piece of shit. You might as well just give up now. Even with, even as much as we have HD high definition, you're shitting yourself if you're gonna do that on a damn mobile device. And I don't mean like tablet or anything like that. I mean literally like a mobile device that's like a phone. Seriously, the best closest thing that I've had for smoother graphics has been nothing but 240p. Where it's this device or another device, and even at the highest it can be, it will just sit there and buffer. I mean, not that it wouldn't buffer at all sometimes, but here's the thing. It doesn't take forever, and you don't have to sit there and wait like you're on damn dial-up. The most redundant thing as well as this bullshit is that even if you have the option to go to 480 or higher, you're about kidding yourself because, oh, by the way, yeah, you can't watch that unless you want to wait hours on end, and even then there's no guarantee some of the damn time anymore that it won't just like stop and you have to start all the way all over again. I've had to do this with this shit before. That's how I know. Yeah. I mean, not that it didn't happen in the past, but it kind of improved over time. Then it went back to this shit. Like, what the hell were you thinking? You got the best internet speeds in the world, and it can't even handle 200, 240, let alone higher. Now, see, my thing is, why do we even bother when we're supposed to have great internet speeds, and some jackass donkey thinks it's okay to say, yep, I'm gonna cut you back unless you want to be on 144. And when you're on 144, you can't hardly see shit. And it may still buffer anyway, but at least it'll let you watch it all the way through. Most dumbest thing, because on 144, all I've ever seen is crap shit. And this guy was talking about, speaking of crap stuff, on Doom. I thought it was very interesting. It was like a mix-up jam. Maybe it's not the best choice for everyone who wants to see jammed doors up against each other, which, I can understand that. But at the same time, it wasn't that crappy. It was very interesting. I mean, yeah, the trap was shit. I mean, my personal opinion, And a lot of these damn Terry wads, or Terry traps, I mean, is bullshit. I mean, all the time talking about this and that, and he says something about all this dialogue. I can't even hardly read the damn dialogue because I'm on a mobile device. I don't know if it's any better on a computer, but I do know damn well that no matter how high I have it, I can't hardly read what the hell they're saying. Even in the screen is supposed to be like, when you get a deal. I mean, unless I'm actually playing the damn game, I can actually freaking read the damn thing. Unless it's blurry as fuck. I mean, I've seen that shit too, but it's really stupid to assume that people can read that. That it's one of the things that I like about, subtitles. You can get that on there, but it doesn't always work. Sometimes you can get to actually read what's on the screen, but it doesn't always do that. Like, even though that it may not always pick up on certain games like Doom, that's fine. And the thing of it is that it's bullshit. You have to restart your entire fucking device in order to get it to reset it. All you gotta do is just work with it for a little bit. Every once in a while, yeah, okay, you should reboot your device, yeah, okay, but you shouldn't have to do it every damn time. If you have to do something every damn time, there's something wrong somewhere, and it ain't you. It's either the device or the people behind it. Like, are you freaking retarded? Or maybe it's both. Either way, it's still bullshit. I mean, literally, who the fuck thinks it's okay to sit there and go, okay, maybe I ought to reboot my phone just to clear that so that I can get this to work all the time on whatever I want it to have, whether it's 240 or higher, even 1040 or even higher than that shit. Like, that really gonna matter. Whatever you want it on, to get it to work. No, that's bullshit. And I think that's something that nobody should ever have to deal with. Anyway, welcome back, folks, one and all, to Final Fantasy VI PlayStation Edition. In the last episode, we discovered some things that weren't in the original. Well, if they were, they would have been in Japanese only. Because I don't know nothing about the Japanese, as I've said numerous times. And I'm not going to try to even bother to get into a Japanese game unless I have a translation book that tells me what I'm doing. Because when you first start with something like that, trust me, I have done this. Plenty of Japanese games. You could be clicking no, and you don't even know it because it's so in Japanese. And it's not even against the language at all. It's the fact that you don't understand. You think you're saying yes, or you could be saying no. You don't know which one's yes or no. And half the damn time it's harder to even get through things too, especially if it's in another language that you don't understand what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? If you understand what you're doing, you're fine. You know? Yeah. So, I gotta say though that I have to, have to get used to the controls again. But pretty much, I can actually sit here and go, oh, okay, cool. I don't want no encounter rate. That's one of the best things I find about PlayStation. It may be a cheat, but here's the thing. The one thing I like about it is that I can do it if I want to progress, because it's just enemies I don't really want to fight right now. I can always fight them at some other given time when I don't need to fight them. That's the one thing I absolutely love about it. Otherwise, I won't use it. If I have to use it, it would be during those times. You know what I'm saying? That makes any sense. Because literally, otherwise it's frustrating. Not that it wouldn't be even more frustrating if it wasn't Japanese. It would be a hell of a lot worse. I mean, like, literally, like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like, oh, okay, so I click on this to do that. Oh, okay. That's interesting. And one of the things as well that I think is bullshit about this Motorola phone. Yes, this is a Motorola. I have never liked Motorola. I just got talked into it, just like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's like kind of cheaper than what I would have normally bought, but hey, it works for most things. I mean, at least it kind of works somewhat with fun animation. Uh, at least it'll work with fun animation more than I have ever seen any other device in the history of actually being able to watch something. I'm not kidding. I mean, it's not better compared to like tablet or computer or laptop. I mean, desktop or laptop. Even a smart TV, it's not better than that, but at least it comes close. And that works for me if I'm just working on mobile. I mean, literally, any mobile device I've ever worked with has always had good music stances, unless it goes down, which is stupid, which I've had that with any device. Which it wouldn't surprise me with this device as well. Like, if I go somewhere, eventually it'll start pausing. And one of the things I hate about it as well is like when somebody privates a video or it says it's banned in my country. Even if it's not my own playlist, I don't care. It's fucking stupid. And speaking of not playlist, it's not my video anyway. I'll never claim that, but it's my type of music I want to listen to. I don't like just listening to one select music track. I mean, this, as great as it is, it's not that I hate it. It's just I can't listen to it all damn day. I mean, I get a headache. And who couldn't get a headache? I mean, from listening to the same music. So basically, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do this. Here. That way, in case something happens, I can go like, oh, okay, whatever. And I'm guessing that since I've been on the PlayStation, I've actually been using up MP, which is weird since I've been using the M-Tank and not her own magic. Didn't notice it. See, the thing is, you're in a lot of battles, you have no way to really do much anything. So, I'll meet you, when I'm done. Anyway, I'll see you in a little bit. Hey guys, DVDKMP. Hey guys, my name is DVDKMP, and I have the best in the house here. And, yeah, I'm just gonna go on with this. It wasn't using up any MP. It might have started out that way, I don't know. I just know that we're low on MP, but we don't really need it that much. Um, so yeah. I'm thinking about something here too. Pretty much. I mean, now there's the same something about cheat codes I was going to tell you about. I don't think it has the to have a maximum gold or whatever. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm going to tell you why it's fine, because I can gain a lot of from like battles and stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and go on. I saved, and another thing is when you save here, I did not notice this, but if I go here, temporary data will be saved quickly, blah blah blah. Checking the memory card, like I didn't read that, that was too fast, but select it and want to save it here. No. And that's fine. So you have like more slots to save on, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if it's the same or not. I mean, it works like, I know it works like the original game. Blah blah blah. Did not remember. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we have up to 5 slots on this, and there's nothing else actually on that slot. Believe it or not, right now, because we just got to officially starting not too long ago here. As a matter of fact, the same day that I actually booted this up. But pretty much, yeah, I'm just gonna go on. And then if you haven't noticed that, oh god. Alright, fine. That none of our vehicles that we have, as cool as they are not as cool as what it was in the 3D design. When it came to the cutscenes, yeah, they're not as cool. Let me tell you. Even the enemies that we had to fight later in the game were not as cool as that. I mean, their armor sucks compared to that. I mean, it's like living, breathing machines, for God's sakes. You don't see that here. I mean, I guess it's not necessary. Well, for some reason we got frozen there. But anyway, yeah. So pretty much we just have to sit back and like, all analysts stand back. I forgot his voice. I never can keep up with it. Not that it matters, because these guys are just gonna go away anyway. Okay, now we got a boss. And even if we, we won't hand over the Esper. Welk, got them. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Yeah, it's the levels are not so concerning about this fight. Hold it. Think back to our briefing. As if we were there. What about it? Do you recall hearing about a monster that eats lightning? And stores the energy in its shell. Right, so whatever you do, don't attack the shell. Alright already. They always have to do that. So we'll just put some, yeah. Which means you shouldn't use anything else. Yeah, this should be fine. Yeah, look at that. It's almost dead. Yeah, and I also been making this easier on myself. Instead of using up, tonics, I actually use some heal beams, or excuse me, health force. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna have to do a heal force. Yeah, you can easily defeat it if you're high enough, but don't bother with it. There are some versions of this game, I think they're called like hacks or whatever. Yeah, you might be wondering why I'm doing that, because it's disgusting to have a man heal a woman. I mean, yeah, no shit. Anyway, but pretty much, I mean, okay, good, he's coming back. Yeah. Yeah, and I've just been using nothing but. So whenever you're on high speed, it's just better to keep with what you got. I mean, if you can get to it, use a. Yep, it's gone. It's dead. Anyway, whatever you got on fast speed whenever you're doing this, if you decided to do this my way, which is emulation with potion one. I'm not gonna be using that. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, whatever you can get, which we can't show here because it won't let us see it. There is a version where you can see the deals, but it only comes up in battle, which ultimately sucks. So, and I mean, I leveled like crazy up to level 7 at least. Beggars and Woods may not matter, but the levels will go not to waste towards making it just a little bit more easier for another fight coming up. So, and that's what I would recommend you do. You don't have to go up above 7, I guess. I would go up to the highest you can go. Just always test out the waters. For me, I try to go up as high as I feel like going. That's just me personally. Otherwise, I really don't care. I just don't have a whole lot of time to deal with things, Not. I've been watching some older videos too. It's pretty cool though. Videos that of past things that nobody ever does anymore, like prop hunt. And I mean, I don't mean like other people that do it. I mean people that I've known for a long time, or excuse me, watched for a long time before they got sponsors and stuff like that. Like, PewDiePie, Manga Mix, back when she was back on her old channel. Yeah, I recommend saving. But anyway, just in case you're wondering there. Yeah, and like, who else? I think CNNers does kind of still does it, but without the entire old crew, it just ain't nothing. Like, especially Jacksepticeye. Well, Jacksepticeye is not doing anything right now. He was doing a little bit of streaming, if you're keeping up with him. I did not mean to get into a battle there. And for the sake of not getting my video removed, I will not, show cheats on screen. In other words, I'm not gonna do that, even if it was a bonus video, because I don't like that for some reason. Okay, I forgot that they are. Wow, they actually can still be hurt by it, even though they heal from it. Okay, made no sense, but whatever. But I'm just saying though that technically speaking, that whatever you select here, if you can do it, use the heal force when you get low. Helps out a lot more than using, you know, um, yeah, using any regular items. I have not been using anything else but Fire Beam throughout the entire time that I was grinding. I mean, just for normal attacks, because we don't attack. There's no ability to attack if you can't tell right there. Um, you know, and plus it's fine because it gives me a better way to just sort of one shot these enemies, which is this is good, just as good, and let's take a look at the boss fight. Should have helped out with a lot of the XP. I think it kind of did. It did it a little bit, but either way, yeah, it's not a hard fight to deal with. I mean, it can be a little bit hard because of whenever it draws back into its shell and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at them stats. I mean, I'm not sure if I need to do a little bit more. Because it's going to be a tough fight. And I need to really get on to Mog and make him do some dancing to get him unlocked. I think. That's how it works. I don't know. Not sure how it works. All I know is that he's a character that we could use. But no one else. The Mogs. You get like so many characters in this game. And again, I can't stress this enough. Why did I say I so many times? I don't know. The point is, I can't stress this enough that when it comes to characters, they are very good characters. That's not the issue. The issue is whether or not you're going to be sacrificing, characters or not to form a final party. Even if you do find your characters at one point or another. And I want to tell you right now that you're basically kidding yourself that if you think you can have all of them. This isn't Final Fantasy X. I mean, they pretty much come slam packed into your party. I mean, you basically have to get them along the way. Not that much I could tell you. I don't tell you very much about it, but some of the characters to get into the game that aren't, well, I wouldn't say optional, but they're kind of like being optional. But either way, I mean, literally speaking, of course, you would have to, you just make your final choice. No other game I've ever seen, other than obviously 12, um, with the selectations where you can select in and out of party members and stuff like that. Um, and to be fair, I mean, when you think about it, like, who's really the party leader or the main leading character in 10 either? When you can select out when you take Titus out at any time for any one of the characters. I mean, seriously, 10 and 12 do the same damn thing. They really do when it comes to party selecting. I don't know if any other game has followed that, but I do know that at least with, I think it's like 14 or whatever, from what I've seen, at least you only come with 4 characters, and that's fine because, frankly, I would rather deal with 4 or 5 characters at least at a time because, honestly, the more you get, the more you're not. This isn't Suikoden either. See, it's the thing about Suikoden. Even then, you can only have up to maximum of 6 characters in battle. That I can tell you as well. I know because I've been looking up these specs and stuff. But the one thing I cannot understand about it is the whole idea of why you would have more. I mean, other than to choose your final party members, but even then, you'd have to build them up anyway and give them everything you can give them, especially like building them up with like AXP, giving them good armor, whatever else has to do with getting their weapons, I guess, done out or whatever. I don't know. I just know that it's in this. It's just like, okay, what's the point of even having them? Because I mean, if they're not leveled up, you're gonna take the time out to level them up, even if they already pretty are able to almost one shot people better than any of your characters that you even start out with. I mean, that's kind of freaking sad, but literally speaking, of course, if they cannot do that, then I mean, better than the ones you're getting that are even if they are optional or mainly. It's like, what's the point? You just gotta go back over there and level them up so they can basically one-shot them anyway. And have good enough gear to survive in case they don't get around to one-shot them. And the stealing rate, even if you have a character that can use steal, even with a better percentage ratio, like some characters can use it a lot better. it still doesn't mean that they're going to be able to do it any better than any other character, even with it equipped. It's the most stupidest skill I've ever seen in an entire game. And for that reason being, because like no matter how many times you may steal, you can fail and get so frustrated it's not even funny. You'd have to basically wait until you get another chance to get into a battle with them and find out what they got. Because sometimes it ain't always the same item you're gonna get either. But boss battles, you'd have to, yeah, you don't get a second chance unless you get a gauntlet. And even then, they're not going to be the same. Or if they are, they're going to be a little bit more different. They might have a different item. That's the thing. Not all games have gauntlets, and not all games have the same different. It's like a palette swap version of it, you know, kind of like Mystic Quest, like the little stronger versions, you know. But I mean, literally speaking, of course, I'm not gonna end it here. I just wanted to quickly rant about that. See that right there? Because I haven't been using any. And the thing is that I could stand here and do some more um, level grinding, but I decided to leave it in case I need to do some more. Because, see, right now is another chance we have to do some more level grinding if we so choose to do so. And I wouldn't do it unless I know I needed to do it, so I'm not going to do it right now. Let's see. You know what's odd is that, as well, is that no matter what version you play, she is the only one who can access such items. I mean, I'm sure some of them can get close enough, but they don't have all the abilities that she has. I don't know why she has all the abilities unlocked. There's probably like one more or something. I don't know. Like it's not, like it's really not. I mean, all that important, but like really, like more than what these guys have. I mean, they have Hill Force, which is fine. So, you know, we could go this way, but yeah, as usual, we had to go this way. Frankly, you know, it's kind of redundant. This is the frozen Esper. And another thing is, I would rather level grind with this because otherwise, if you try using magic, you're going to be screwing yourself over. Hey, what's the matter? Do you know something we don't? The frozen creature began to emanate an airy light. Where's that light coming from? You wah! Hey, witch, where are you? What's going on? What's happening? The sad thing is, see that form as well as right there? A little sprite is nothing like what you saw in this 3D Spring either. You know, I mean, you know, I gotta say though that this entire is crazy. I mean, literally speaking, I can't stress it enough. When you talk about this kind of game, because we don't have enough ethers and stuff like that to, and we don't have a way to keep on being healed up. Ooh, we gotta get fresh healed overnight. But anyway, when you're trying to do like battles and stuff like on your own with her, unless you have like plenty of ethers, you're screwed. You can't use sleeping bags unless you're on a deal. and even then you'd have to have plenty of sleeping bags or tents or whatever, because you're fooling yourself if you think you can do this by yourself at this point in the game. Like when you're just by yourself. I mean, unless you're overly leveled and you can take them out with like enough stuff and you have enough items, you're okay. But the fact is, we're not okay. Not at this point. Yeah, we got 2 sleeping bags. I didn't know we had them. I mean, I guess we got them after the fact that we got out of there for whatever reason. Yeah. And then I can't stress this enough that if you're gonna level grind, make sure you do it with Biggs and Wedge. Even if you get somehow overly leveled for whatever reason, like at level 20, is how high I would go. No more than that, at least. I mean, because to do it anymore, to do it any more than that, you would be screwing yourself. I mean, because literally speaking, of course, even though that I keep saying literally, sorry. Even though there's going to be even stronger enemies after that. But at this point of the game, if you get to the level 20, you're good. For now, anyway. You're going to want to wait till do a little bit more later, because it makes more sense that way, because in accordance to for each section of the game, the bigger deal. Plus you want to save some room so that you can get, whatever. And yeah, I mean, I don't really need the GP. Unlike some games, you do actually need a GP to start out with, because you can't get enough to survive on. You could just go through the game anyway without it, because it doesn't really matter in one sense, but if you don't have it, you'll never get another opportunity. Otherwise, it takes too damn long to build GP. In this game, it doesn't take too dang long. I mean, it may take too long to build up enough MP or GP to buy enough certain items to be maxed out and everything. But that's just how it goes. So, sorry about rambling on here, but I better get on with it. But I mean, when you think about it, what game do you think is really good at this? Because I don't think there's been any good game other than some of the games I've seen with the GP or gold that you can get right away, which is pretty freaking awesome. But even if you had the cheat code, which is fine and all when you want to have fun, but otherwise, I would only implement it during the one time, because you can actually turn it off and still make quite a bit of gold over time. It's just for the sake of getting some items that you won't have another chance to do so. And that's it. That's it. Special kind of rare items that you probably could get later in the game, but it'd be way too damn late. And why would you want to wait till then? Kind of ridiculous, if you ask me. I mean, literally. In the meantime time, you just like, okay, well then, because there's all kinds of strategies, though, in some games. But in some games, you just better up buying it right away. If you want to level up and do it, then, fine. But no more than 20 at least, at the most. Even though I still say to do it whatever best fits you, make sure you don't go over 20. And the reason being for that, in some games like this right here, is because of the fact that you're just overly doing it. I mean, yeah, you're already really overpowered anyway. So, if I still need to grind, I'm gonna reset the game and just do that whole bit over. And just I think I saved over it, but it doesn't really matter. As long as I'm already past the boss and not like where I've gotten past up to this point. Once you get to that secondary non-boss, because it is kind of like a boss, but you can't defeat it. Anyway, once you get to that, it's pretty much over. You have no chance to basically level grind enough to make it on your own. I mean, there are certain limits that you should go to, but I wouldn't go beyond 20 at least. That's what I summed it up from doing this, all the experience from doing this game and everything. Because of the reason that if you're going more than that, you're just kind of, you know. That's why they have better options and stuff, because you have more better XP and more gold you can get. Whereas it might still take forever, but it'll take a lot less. It'll take even more time if you just continue to grind at this point. You know, for whatever reason. Right now, we don't really need the gold so much, but it does help. And we don't have any shops we're going to be visiting other than at the castle over there. And that'll be it. So let's talk to this guy and get it over with. Where am I? Whoa. And I only just removed the crown. Head hurts. Easy. This is a slave crown. The others had complete control over you, while you were wearing it. I can't remember a thing. Don't worry. It'll all come back to you. In time, that is. A mysterious young woman controlled by the Empire and born with the gift of magic. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm trying to figure out what the trouble is. Okay, right. It's circle, so you want to put there. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in small letters other than the first letter of her name. And I guess apparently her last name is Branford. There we go. And I'm gonna push start to confirm that. My name is Sarah. Impressive. I never heard of anyone recovering this fast. Yep. Open up. Give us back the girl. And the Empire's magic tech armor. Well. Open this door. We want that girl. She's an officer of the Empire. Empire? Magic tech armor? Look, I have to get you out of here. I don't have time to explain. Over here. The only time you'll ever get to do this. Open this door. We want that girl. Even if it is repetitive. I mean, just in case you, like, forget it, but it's about the only time you can do that. You just press X against the door and that's it. So let's talk to this guy one more time. Make your way out to his mines. I'll keep these brutes occupied. Occupado. So in the meantime, she's up there. Uh-oh. In the meantime, we can't get back in here, but I think we can a little bit later, if I'm not mistaken. I guess the door's locked at this point. I don't really get the point of some chests being locked. I don't know how you would unlock them at all. There's a chest in this game. Okay, this game is going to be do that way. But anyway, yeah, well, Lucky can't make up its mind. So anyhow, at this point, do not fight because reason being we don't have enough stuff to do that with. So even if you wanted to grind, I wouldn't recommend it. Now, if you want to save, you can. Which I'm gonna do right here. I'm gonna go right here. Yeah. I'm gonna do this right here. Even if I have to save over it, I don't care. Okay, I don't know why she laughed there, but whatever. So moving on. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh no, not a pincer attack. She's gonna have to attack. I suppose it wouldn't be so bad if we just used, oh, these are new enemies. Well, not that you haven't seen before, but, you know. Kind of new enemies that I haven't fought yet. Since I've done the PlayStation version of it. But yeah, pretty much. Once we get up to Locke, that's where I'm going, after I put in his name and all that, I'm going to end it. Because I feel that this has been on too long anyway, as it is. Oh, come on, dude. Repo Man? Alright. Even though I'm using fighting, I still don't recommend grinding with her like this. It's not a good idea. Because we have no way to heal up. Okay. That was ridiculous. And you might be thinking, what about the items you have? Yeah, don't use those right now. There's a reason for that, because you're gonna need them. You know? Even though we have a Phoenix down, if you don't remember the fight I had, that was ridiculous. And I mean, in itself. So I'm gonna go this way. Oh god, I don't know why I even bothered. There we go. There we go. Much better to just kind of run away because she's alone at this point. It wouldn't matter if she was overly leveled, but, you know. Or and had enough, you know, items even if we weren't using magic. I'm not going to use magic at this point because I don't have enough way to heal that up. You know, you're crazy if you think I'm going to. Fine. I just attack. At some junctures, I guess I could attack, but I'm still not going to level grind like a monkey's uncle here. There's no point. So let's see what we're at actually before we go on. Okay, we're at 63. We just need a little bit more XP. And see, we're doing good on GP, but we're not getting enough like we've had because we're not, you know. Okay, that doesn't do anything. I thought maybe that might have been a switch or something. Nah, it's not. Oh, jeez. Okay. I should do the one thing that I don't really want to. I say at this point in the game. What I don't understand is sometimes they'll do that as they die. They'll store it right at you. Ooh, we got another tonic. That's good, that's good. But it would have been better if we would have been getting it while we were grinding with the other dudes that are not that useful to the storyline, other than at the beginning of there. So let's see, what are we sitting at? 15. Jeez. Yep. So, and speaking, let's see how many items we actually have now. 5 total. It's not telling you of each item we have. It's just telling you how many items we have right now on hand. We know we have 23, 1 potion, 3 sleeping bags, 1 elixir, and 1 phoenix down. Let's not even use those because, again, they're more useful for the fight coming up. That's going to be, yeah, because we can always get more later. That's not what I'm worried about. I'm more worried about surviving this next attack that's coming up. Got her. And... yep. And she falls. That's a long way to fall. Yep, she hurt herself pretty badly. My sweet little magic user, Yui! With this slave crown, I'll practically own you. She almost looks like that one general, doesn't she, that would like that? Yep, and this is what they're talking about, a flashback. Fire beam. I guess it doesn't really matter, because, you know. Yui, good. Burn up everything. Okay, she's in the back there. I never noticed that before, Miss Bird. We stand on the brink of a major breakthrough. In the days to come, will witness a total revival of... By the way, the journal's in front. I mean, they kind of do like a similar like in these back cutscenes, don't they? So the one's shorter. Magic. It is our destiny, and ours alone, to take this mystic force and claim what is rightfully ours. Damn, look at that many soldiers. Man. Huh. This gets all. I like how they're all in unison. With General Leo in the middle, Kefka on the left, and on the right is General Celeste. With a newfound power, nothing can stand in our way. Yeah. Hurrah! Long live Emperor Gaston! I'm sorry, I lost. It almost sounds like it's coming from him. It's confusing when they do that like that. So basically, took you long enough. How goes the robbing and plundering trade? Some of the dialogue will be a little bit different though. Treasure hunter and trail-worn traveler, comma, searching the world over for relics of the past. Yep. So what we want to do. Okay. It may not seem right to you, but I do like this guy. I just don't really care for his cheatingable ways. I just don't care for him. As I'm recording this. I prefer the term treasure hunter. A treasure hunter to you. cinematic nonsense, there's a huge difference. Anyway, were you the one who sent for me? Yeah, there's a girl I'd like you to meet. This better not have anything to do with that Magitek riding Imperial Witch. Imperial troops are pursuing her even as we speak. This town is no match for the Empire. Our independence can only be assured if we join forces with the returners, and underground resistance movements. That girl wasn't responsible for her actions. We must get her to understand our dilemma. Exclamation point. Alright, I think we better help her. Agreed. Make your way first to Figaro and talk to the king. Well, first we gotta get her. And this is where we're gonna leave it. Alright. As always, thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check the links down below. Subscribe to them. Other than my channel. But do check my channel out. There's a playlist tab that says playlists. That was kind of stupid. Anyway, there's a tab up there on my channel that says playlists. For plenty of playthroughs I have done. Even though this is kind of a fresh start, it's not exactly blind anymore. There will be blind parts, but that will be a little bit later in the game. But I'm just going to take this slowly. Especially because I'm already falling behind on this anyhow. And I still have to release those videos. And I thought with this, I might as well do it. I already recorded 2 videos the other day. Because it seemed a little bit too short to do the first one. You know what I mean? When I did the first one. So, yeah. It was just an introductory video anyway to let you see with the cutscenes and all that with our heroes, and the thing is, as tall as she was in that cutscene, it's like she's so littler in the original gameplay itself. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm going to be making more use of that cheat code, no encounter rate. Only because I want to progress the game. And this is going to be a lot of times. I'll be showing off enemies, but what I won't be doing is, that way I don't get so frustrated with it. I'll get frustrated. Oh, yes. As per usual. And here's a little known secret you will never know. You could unlock it through the gameplay. I don't know if it's possible through the Super NES, but I know it's through places you can for no encounter rate, and it's actually more helpful towards the end there when you go into the floating island. Hell yeah. You can avoid ninja attacks if you want to. I would rather just go ahead and encounter them first and then put it on there, because I know that with it on I won't have to get into battles with those guys. That way at least it's in the log and I can say, yep, I fought them, I stole from them, and that's it. I'm done with the bastards. I don't give a shit. It's not even because they're ninjas that I have a problem with them. It's because I would say they're more of the kind of ninjas I would want to fight. And it's on a floating island, for God's sakes. Literally. You have no choice. It's part of the main storyline. You can't get away from it. But even with the no encounter rate, you can still get into boss fights, which is pretty good. Some games with no encounter rate it makes the game screw up. And yeah, there are games where you can actually have the ability within the game without having to cheat for it already. I don't mean like within the first few minutes when you boot up the game, no. But you will find it somewhere, and it's a useful ability of some kind. But if you turn it on, or with the cheat code on, or whatever in some games, yeah, it'll screw it up with the boss fight, and you'll be like, oh crap, the game just froze. What am I supposed to do? Well, all you can do is just, restart and all that crap. Because yeah, it can screw it up. Final Fantasy VII in particular can do that. I don't know about many games, but yeah, not all games have the no encounter rate. I think Suikoden is supposed to have a no encounter rate. I'm not sure. But it hardly matters because when you have the let go feature, that makes it a lot more easier. I mean, unlike some games where you actually have to push the run button, which is holding down two different keys on the control pad. Anyway, so what I want to say here is that, yeah, that was interesting. I'll see you in the next episode whenever I'm gonna do that. It may be a while before I release it. I'm thinking about releasing either coming up this Monday of the 3 videos that need to come out already. Just gonna finish off that one. I mean, it may be a while before I get back to Super NES anyway, because that it was a pain in the ass. Let me tell you right now. So, in essence, yeah, I'll get back into it, I guess, someday. You know, in the Super NES version of it, but it's about the same thing, except this is PlayStation. I can do a lot more better on PlayStation than I can ever do on Super NES, and that kind of sucks in a way because that says it's pretty bad about Super NES. But you know, it's still a great game in its own right, even for the Super Nintendo. I mean, despite the infractions or the amenities that it has against the entirety of non-stop battles that don't stop. I mean, like literally. It's one thing when you need to do it, you know, against stronger enemies, or when you just have to kind of grind enough to be a more of a useful advantage of taking out, or you know, get closer to taking out enemies that are stronger than them. That's one thing. But when it just constantly does that, even especially after you're already just basically don't need them anymore, it basically means nothing. Especially with a little bit of GP, unless you're really broke, then I guess you can do that. Either way, the XP doesn't really amount up to shit when you're doing it that way. And I'm serious. I cannot stress that enough. That you know, it's just not cool to do it that way when you're doing the game. You can't help it with this game because that's the way it was made. I mean, you know, I'll give it that, but it doesn't mean I won't get frustrated over it. Over, oh, by no means. Like pretty much, I will say this: we got a lot of battles coming up, and I may have to dial it back and get some more grinded up levels, which I will definitely test out the waters through recording. And if I had to do it all over, at least I don't have to go very far. I mean, it's not like I had to go all the way past this and come back over here to do this. That would be freaking ridiculous. But either way, yeah. Yeah, so again, thank you all for watching. And hit the like button, punch the crap out of it, punch the crap out of the share button, and subscribe the crap out of this channel for more videos. Forget the damn notification bell. I don't like the notification bell anymore. Especially when they force it upon you where, oh, by the way, if you, you know, even though you want it in the app now, even though you could be getting it through your email, you know, you gotta have it on your damn phone too. That's just stupid. You know, that's the reason why I silence notifications from other apps as well, because I don't care. I'm over here doing this. I'm glad that you got an update or whatever, but tell it to me through my email. Even though I don't always check my email, but still, I'd rather you do it there, because if you're not, then you're a fucking fool. Okay? It's like when somebody tries to call me when I'm trying to sleep, like, yeah, okay, good luck. If I'm so out of it, I'm like, very rarely do I ever answer a damn phone when I'm sleeping. You know, when I'm so damn tired, you know. I just like they tries to ring me, and they're like, huh, huh. Very rarely do I ever answer the phone. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, um, yeah. I better get off here so I can get this uploaded tonight. It may take a while, but oh, one of the things I gotta mention before I go, otherwise I will forget about this, and I'm sorry about this. Not that I regret it, but yeah, whenever I copy certain information, I need to put in the description so I don't have to type it out all the damn time. It doesn't keep it forever. That means I have to drag my ass and go over to a video and go to the edit section of it and highlight that. Which, thankfully for me, now that a lot of my videos have been cleared up, I don't have to click on the video just to do it. That's just the way it goes. That's pretty freaking awesome. Honestly, it just is. Anyway, later.